Are you overwhelmed most of the time? Do you feel like a little advice could get you the growth you want? Maybe it's time to hire a business coach. In this video, we're going to give you advice on when to hire a coach and how to find one that fits you. And listen, stick around to the end too to learn how to get the most out of your coaching relationship. Hey everybody, welcome to the iProv vlog where we help business leaders grow their business. I'm Jordan Smith, and as always, joined by Patrick Laughlin. What's up, Pat?
What's up, Joe? How are you today, man?
I'm good. We're talking about something that is very near and dear to our heart and something that we do all the time for people, which is business coaching. But you're not, but watchers out there, listeners, I bet you guys are surprised sometimes, or I'm always surprised about kind of how prepared a business is to hire a coach, right?
Yeah, and you know, I think that it's really easy for business owners and leaders to just sort of think that they got everything figured out, right? But it's just not true. It is absolutely not true. You know, we all have our talents. We've obviously got some leadership skills, but there's always some things that we could be learning along the way. And that's where a really great business coach can step in and offer some guidance and some oversight and really can be a great foundation for helping a founder or an owner really grow and develop their business to the next step. You know, it's like you say, Jordan, all the time. It's like a sports coach. You know, they're there to help develop skills, to help guide you towards resources, and to give you sort of the push you need to be successful.
Yep, absolutely. So I want to spend a lot of this video and talking to you guys about just kind of the 8 signs that we typically see, and even we say to ourselves. We've got a number of business coaches that we talk to on a regular basis, either personally or as a group. But 8 signs that it's time to hire a business coach. And the first one is the one that we mentioned earlier, which is you just feel overwhelmed.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know too many business owners that aren't juggling lots of plates or juggling lots of balls. I like the analogy of lead balls and glass balls. There's obviously rubber balls too, but you know, glass balls break if you drop them. If you're juggling glass balls and they break, and you drop them, they break. Lead balls, they might hurt you, you know, and they're going to hurt something. They're going to thud. And then rubber balls, they're going to bounce. And so it's figuring out, you know, are you juggling lead balls, rubber balls, or glass balls all the time, and how many of which can you keep in the air? But
well, and if you're to the point where you do feel overwhelmed, don't be convinced that you've got brass balls. It's okay.
Good point.
Right?
Absolutely.
Point number 2 is sometimes you just need a confidant to talk about your business with, right? There's no better person to talk through a situation that you're going through than to talk to somebody who's been through that situation, right, Pat?
Yeah, being a business leader or an owner is an incredibly lonely thing. You know, you can't really confide in staff when things are going great. It's easy when things are going hard or you have to make a difficult decision. It's nice to have somebody to sort of walk through what's going on inside your head.
Yeah. I like that. Tip number 3, and I'm always guilty of this, right? And I know a lot of people that are watching this are too, which is mentally, intellectually, you know what to do, but you just don't do it. And sometimes you don't even know why. You know what you need to do, but you're just not doing it, you know?
Yeah, I mean, I think that sometimes everybody just needs a push, and that's really all this is. You just need somebody to just shove you a little bit. Like, come on, dummy, you know what to do, just do it.
Which ties into point number 4, which is you're just not getting the results you want, right? Whether it's your own kind of internal goals that you have to help move the organization forward, or the organization as a whole is not. They're just not hitting the goal. So number 4 sign that you might need a business coach is you're just consistently not getting the results that you want.
Well, and I would tell you that ties in with tip number 5, which is you want to save time and money. Hiring a coach is like hiring a shortcut. You are hiring somebody that already knows how to get where you want to go. And so you don't have to build your own map. You don't have to do the survey. You get somebody that has already sort of walked that path and can tell you how to get there faster. And so, those two really go hand in hand.
Yeah, I think so too. Which tip number 6 is, you find yourself only listening to your own ideas because you're the only one from your perspective that's bringing new ideas or good ideas,
Yeah, I don't know about you, Jordan, but every idea I have is pure brilliance, and it's the only one worth listening to. No, when you get into that sort of mindset, you definitely need somebody to get your head out of your ass and get you thinking right. So
yeah. If that's the case, you need a coach. Number 7, one more left after this one, but you just feel stuck and frustrated. This is that emotional, you're on a treadmill that's going nowhere, right? You don't know why. You might not even be able to put your finger on it, but you just feel like everything's a drudge.
Yeah, this is where, it requires some maturity and some honesty. And you have to sort of say, I'm not going to get any further without a nudge, without a push. So definitely.
And the last step, and this is easy, we've alluded to it before, and this kind of encompasses everything that we've talked about, which is the very last step, which is you just want growth, not only from your company, but yourself, right? I mean, Pat, how often have I heard you say, if there's a problem in your business, bad news is it's your fault. Good news is it's your fault, right? Who's better to fix it than you? And be introspective for a second. And if you checked off a lot of those boxes that we talked about, is it really because of the people you've surrounded yourself with, or is it because of you're just stuck somehow on something? But are you personally getting the growth that you want?
Yeah, and I think a lot of that comes down to the idea that, too, Jordan, that if you do decide to hire a business coach, if you do decide that now is the right time, you're only going to grow as much as you allow yourself to. You have to make sure that you're putting in the work, you're doing what the coach says to do, that you're listening to the guidance, and you're not just sort of treating it as another meeting on your calendar. Because you get out exactly as much as you put in. And we'll talk more about that towards the end here. But let's talk about finding a coach that fits you uniquely. Because obviously there are coaches that are drill sergeants, and there are coaches that are not. And so I think it's important to find one that fits you and your unique situation. Isn't that right, Joe?
Yeah, I mean, the most critical piece in this equation is you, right? So let's say you've checked off all those boxes. Well, now it's worth exploring the potential behind engaging with a coach who's going to support and inspire you to achieve your dreams. And just like hiring an employee or just like a mentor back in, it's all about the right fit. And coaching comes in all shapes and sizes. There's group coaching, right? There's organizations that you can join to where you're in a group environment. There's hybrid programs. There have been recorded lessons, live calls. There's also pre-recorded programs that lead to one-on-one coaching after you've done a certain amount of things. So just keep in mind that only one-on-one coaching offers this really personalized approach. But there's benefits to all of these models, right?
Yeah, so let's talk about some really simple suggestions for finding a coach that really does fit your needs and the needs of your business. Number 1, it's important to find somebody you share chemistry and a mindset with. If polar opposites can be interesting, especially from an entertainment standpoint, but probably not going to work out so great if you're trying to build a real growth relationship, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I'd say the number 2 thing too is to find a coach that has an accountability structure in place. That's going to be honest with you, right? You're not looking for a buddy. You're not looking for somebody to, pat you on the back and say everything's great. You need somebody that's going to hold you to a certain level of accountability. And a lot of the times that means tough conversations. So that really ties into the next one, which I always tell people, look for folks that have opposing strengths, right?
Yeah, I mean, having a similar mindset and chemistry is really important, but having the same strengths, you're not likely to learn much. If you're not a people person and to grow your business, you have to learn how to network. Don't hire a coach that isn't good at networking. Hire one that is great at networking and can show you how they do it and can actually coach you to be better at it, right? So don't look for people that are exactly like you. Just find people that think like you.
Yeah, if you're weak in sales or finance or what, find somebody that has those strengths in those areas and ask them questions around those things, because those are the holes that you're going to need to fill. Make sure they've got goodwill towards you and your company. Make sure that you guys are aligned with what success looks like, and that you're always, again, the accountability structure. You're always managing and measuring, how you're doing towards progress towards that success. And find also somebody that's eager to teach by example. I like this coach analogy because their job is not to take the ball and run to the end zone for you. They're a coach. They're on the sidelines. They're telling you the plays that you need to run and execute. But it doesn't mean that they shouldn't show you the path to the mountaintop that you want to get to, right?
Yeah, once again, you're hiring a shortcut. You want to find somebody that has done what you want to do before. And I think that the next part of that too is find somebody that's willing to admit their mistakes. Somebody that's had a few knocks and a few failures and has gotten back up. I think resilience is an incredibly important thing to have in a coaching relationship. And it goes along with that. Make sure that they're trustworthy and that they're objective. It's really easy to sort of fall for scam artists. And I'm not going to say that the coaching industry is full of scam artists. I don't think it is. But I do think that there is a history of gurus, sort of being less than they put themselves out to be. And so it's important to make sure that you're hiring somebody that really knows their stuff.
And the last tip of the video, because I know we've given you guys lots of lists, but ensure that they've got the ability to bring out your best thinking, right? And this, we're going to talk a little bit more on an upcoming video, which is what to expect once you hire a business coach. But again, start thinking about the types of people that you work best with, and which ones you thrive under or with or for, and which ones you don't, and look for those traits in a business coach. So we'd love to hear what your thoughts are. Do you think it's time for a business coach? And more importantly, what do you think a business coach could help you accomplish in your business? We'd love to hear it. We meet people and sometimes they want help with marketing, with onboarding, with finance, with whatever the case may be. Love to hear from you guys in the comments on what you think a business coach could do to help you specifically. And if you got more questions about coaching, reach out to us, iProvonline.com. This is what we do all day long. We can have a conversation with you and point you in the right direction of a coach that would best fit your needs. We're big believers in this, and we're passionate that none of these things happen in a vacuum. It takes a village for every organization. And I know, as cheesy as that sounds, that's the truth. No brass balls. Just, what do you say, Pat? Rubber ones?
Yeah, rubber balls. Well, those are the only ones you want to drop, are the rubber balls.
Hey, like, comment, subscribe. As always, love talking to you guys. Hope this helps. Forward this over to a friend that you might think might need a business coach. And until next time, thanks, Pat. Peace, peeps.